Hi everyone, welcome in or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I guess I'm doing a get ready with me while I'm talking about my past 2020 and also my goals for the new year. It's currently the new year here in Korea. It's January 1st. So happy new year everyone. I hope that you all are staying safe and healthy, and I hope that everyone has a great 2021. I think 2020 has definitely been hard for all of us. Let's just hope that 2021 is better than the year that we left behind. So if you'd like to hear about my past 2020 and my reflection on how last year was and what I hope for this upcoming year and watch me put on makeup, then just keep on watching. 2020, it has been an interesting year to say the least. I think not only because of the virus and just a global pandemic ruining everyone's plans of what they expected 2020 to be like and all the potential and things that could have happened and should have happened. I'm very lucky in the sense that I'm here in Korea. The way that Korea handled the pandemic at the very beginning of the year, I think everyone was pretty much applauding Korea and praising Korea and look at how great they're handling it. Like, we need to model our country to be like how Korea is. I think right now we're on like the third wave, I think, in Korea. Third, fourth, there's been multiple waves. But I will say that the way that Korea is handling the pandemic is so much better than how it's being handled in the United States, my home country. And I'm definitely very grateful to be here in Korea and not in the US. I just feel more safe, and I have a job, I have healthcare. I just feel really blessed in my situation, and I know that that's not the case for everyone. In terms of my goals and the things that I achieved and accomplished, I guess, in 2020. In 2019, I made a video of what I was hoping my 2020 to look like. Of course, I wanted to travel, do a lot of traveling within Korea and outside of Korea to other countries. I wanted to try and save money because I didn't really do a good job of that my very first year. I wanted to take Korean lessons and get better at my Korean. I also wanted to be more active on YouTube. Even though I was posting videos in 2019, I feel like I wanted to do more, especially travel related content. I didn't really do that much in 2019. For the most part, considering that we did have a global pandemic, I think I accomplished majority of my goals. When it comes to traveling in 2020, obviously that wasn't really very possible to travel to countries outside of Korea. Whether it was possible or I just didn't want to go because I didn't feel comfortable, I didn't do a lot of traveling outside of Korea. And plus, a lot of countries still have a lockdown currently in place, so that's not really possible, and you'd have to quarantine after coming back or going to certain countries, so that doesn't really look like something I'd want to do right now. But in terms of traveling within Korea, I will say that for most of the time, I want to say it wasn't until like mid-August, from March when it was really bad here in Korea up until mid-August, there were some times where traveling was still okay. And I will also say that I live in Sejong. I don't live in Seoul. I don't live in a super big city. Right now, currently, Sejong is probably the safest place to be in South Korea in regards to the number of cases that are being found. I believe Sejong is at either 150 or 160 patients compared to the rest of the country, where I think the second lowest is Jeju and they're at like 400. So, and Seoul is at like over 10,000 cases. So I will say that going around Sejong and going around Sejong area isn't as big of a risk. There is still a risk because the virus could be anywhere, but compared to bigger cities and basically everywhere else in Korea, I do feel more comfortable at least going around Sejong. So there have been times in the year where it's been better to travel than it is now, as long as, you know, you're being safe and wearing a mask and all of that kind of stuff. I will say that 2020 was definitely the year that I did a lot of exploring around Sejong. When I first started my channel and I knew that I would be placed in Sejong, I definitely wanted to show a lot more of Sejong, because before I came here there was nothing virtually on the internet about Sejong. No one really made videos showing what Sejong looked like. No one talked about just life here in Sejong, especially because it was such a new city. There's really nothing out there, and I wanted to make videos to show people, if you are living in Sejong, if you get placed here with an EPIC program or a Hagwon, or if you're coming here to study abroad, or if you're just moving to Sejong or you want to see a new place in Korea, I wanted to show what Sejong looked like, because there's people that live here but no one wants to talk about it, no one wants to share it. So last year in 2019, well, I guess 2 years ago, now that we're in 2021, I really wanted to make videos, but I would never stay here because I never knew what to do. So I'd spend almost every other weekend outside of Sejong. But now with 2020, with the virus and not really wanting to risk going outside of Sejong very much, I spent a lot of time in Sejong, and I discovered that it's not as empty as I and maybe some other people make it seem to be. There are things to do in Sejong. It's not a very big city. There's things to do here. It took a while for me to go out and see them because some of these things are a little bit farther out, but I really enjoyed going out and seeing what was here in Sejong, and I kind of fell more in love with Sejong, if that makes sense. Like I said, my very first year, I really didn't spend a lot of time here. Like, I pretty much spent all of my time not in Sejong, and I ended up going around and seeing a lot of things that made me kind of fall more in love with Sejong and I guess appreciate where I live more. When you're moving to a new country and you have no idea what to expect, it can be a lot, and it's already a big change. I think being able to go around Sejong, seeing what there is to do here, being able to share that with you all, it's been good to be able to share that with people and know that it's helping people, because I get so many comments and messages from people saying that, you know, they're moving here for a Hagwon, or they want to study abroad here in Sejong, and or they're coming with the EPIC program and they saw my videos and it really helped them a lot, and it just makes me happy to see that people are getting what I wish I had gotten when I first was moving here. But that makes me really happy, and it's also really therapeutic for me to go to these places and even film these vlogs, because I'm able to go back and watch them and see how happy I was, or just being able to watch back my videos makes me really happy, and I'm glad that I get to share that with you all and that you all really appreciate and like my content. Yeah, travel was definitely not what I expected it to be for 2020, but I'm hopeful and optimistic that hopefully we'll get a vaccine, or that numbers will go down and we will be able to safely travel in the new year. I really hope. So in regards to money, I really wanted to save a lot of money, or at least try and save money in 2020, because in my first year of being in Korea in 2019, I basically didn't really save money. Like I said, I spent a lot of my time outside of Sejong, and you know, these weekend trips, they're cute and all, and sometimes it can be really cheap and not super expensive, but when you constantly are doing that, it takes a lot out of your spending. And I definitely was not saving a lot of money, but I personally was fine with that because I felt like my experiences were worth it, and I really enjoyed my very first year in Korea, so I didn't mind it. But 2020, we really didn't spend a lot of time traveling, or you really shouldn't have, because that's risky. At least I saved money. I will say that I definitely put like parts of my paycheck aside and sent it directly home so I wouldn't be able to touch it. So I definitely saved money this year. Not the goal amount that I wanted, but I'm still proud of myself for saving the money and not like spending it, because I definitely would have spent it on unnecessary things that I don't need. I moved apartments. I moved this in 2020. That was an interesting experience. If you haven't seen my apartment tour, I will link it up above for you to watch. But being able to move out of Jochuan and into Sejong City has been really nice, because I'm a walk away from school. I don't have to take 2 buses for 45 minutes to an hour to go to school, which is really nice. being here in Sejong City has allowed me to do things and hobbies that I probably wouldn't have done if I was still living in Jochiwon, just because in order to go home, it would take about 45 minutes to an hour, and then do you really want to take the bus back to Sejong City just to do something and then take it back home? Or you'd have to wait here at a cafe and just sit here for hours until later at night when you want to meet people. So I'm glad that I moved into Sejong City and I got to experience that. I really love my apartment. It's very cute and nice, and I've really grown into this apartment. It's a little sad because I will be moving this year. I'll be moving in a few months. Sad, but super exciting. I definitely will be filming a new apartment tour for you all and giving you all of that detail later in the year. But a lot of really exciting things are happening in 2021, and I can't wait to share that with you all. My Korean skills have definitely not improved. I feel like my Korean is like stagnant, or it's like going down, honestly, just because I am an English teacher. I will say that my school is in one of the wealthy areas of Sejong, even though a lot of people that live and work here in Sejong are government officials, so a lot of them either lived abroad, or their kids were born abroad, or their kids just go to Hagwons and they speak English pretty well. Not all kids in Sejong speak English very well, so if you are placed here, don't expect for all of your students to speak English. There might be a very mixed level, but at my school, a good number of my students were either born abroad, or they've traveled abroad, or they lived abroad, so they speak English pretty well. So I really don't have to speak Korean at school. Like, if I speak Korean, it's pretty much by choice, or just for like very, very low level students. I really wanted to take Korean classes and like really improve my Korean. In Sejong, we have like language exchange groups that meet, and I was so excited and ready to sign up and do it, and then Corona happened. So yeah, that was a thing. I could have done self-studying, but I'm too lazy, honestly. It's just, I had no motivation, and I really don't need it because I teach English, and for the most part, my students are pretty good at English. My co-teachers speak English. I don't need to really speak Korean to them. So my Korean is not improving. 2021, I want to say that I will study and try and be better, but I don't think I will. I don't think I will, honestly. So in regards to my job, I think COVID has definitely impacted probably everyone and their jobs. At the very beginning of the year, all of our classes were online. There were times where we were working from home, where we wouldn't even go to school, pretty much making like online class content, making videos, recording lessons online and then posting it for the students. So for the very first semester, I really didn't see my kids until like the very, very end of the very first semester. I don't even remember how long it was, but like I didn't really see my kids. It was a learning curve, and it's interesting because I do make videos for YouTube, like for fun, so that definitely did help me a little bit. Like, I already was used to editing videos. I was already used to making content and filming content, but it's different when you're doing it for kids. It was a balance, but I somehow, like many people, learned how to adapt and do that. And then the second semester we switched to in-person classes. There were different schedules. There were some times where the kids would come in the whole time. There were some times where it was once a week, or alternating days, or doing online and offline. There was a point where I was doing 27 hours. I was working 27 hours a week. And if you are with the EPIC program, then you know that in our contracts, the most that you can do is 22 hours. And after that, you get paid overtime. So yes, I was getting paid overtime for doing those 27 classes a week, but I was like a walking zombie. I was so dead inside. It was just a lot. Like, there were times where I was doing 27 hours a week and times where I was doing like 10 hours a week, which was a relief after working 27 hours a week. But you really have to be quick on your feet and just ready to adapt to whatever changes come. the Korean surprise. But yeah, work was, this past year, it was all over the place. But definitely still grateful that I had a job, especially seeing so many Hagwon teachers and my own friends just not getting paid certain months because they had to shut down Hagwons, or just students weren't coming in because their parents were afraid of their kids catching the virus, and just little different things like that. So I was definitely very grateful that I still had a job. I have 1.5 more weeks of school until the semester ends, and then I have 3 weeks of winter camp, and then my second year in Korea is done, which is so crazy. Like, sometimes it feels like I just got here and just started, and sometimes it feels like I've been here forever. Another thing that was my goal in 2020 that still kind of surprises me is that I wanted to post more on YouTube. At the time, I was thinking more of my travel vlogs because I did a lot of traveling in 2019, but I didn't really make vlogs or even film them just because I wanted to live in the moment, and I wasn't really confident in some of the videos that I was making at the time. I think I learned my video style, vlogging style, whatever you want to call it. I learned what I'm comfortable with, and I've definitely tried to not let the pressures of YouTube kind of take over me, because sometimes it can be so easy to just see what other people or your friends are doing and compare yourself to them when, I mean, you're nowhere near where they are, and you should just be focusing on yourself. But I felt not good enough. I don't know how to like describe it, but I just felt like what I was doing wasn't good enough. It wasn't worth watching. Like, who wants to watch my videos? Like, who wants to watch my videos when there are so many other videos on YouTube that you can watch? I definitely became more confident with my videos and just trying to have fun with it, because at the end of the day, I'm not getting paid by YouTube. It's for me to be able to look back on and see what I did in my time in Korea or just in life in general, and to be able to also share that with you all, because I know that so many of you are wanting to come here to travel or to move here, and or you're just looking for some kind of entertainment or distraction, and like, people do watch my videos clearly, and like, you all subscribe to me, and like, you want to see more, and that makes me so happy. And honestly, I'm still in shock that people actually watch my videos and like find it helpful and entertaining, and like they want to see more. That's wild to me. At the start of 2020, I think it was either January 1st or January 2nd, I actually hit 1,000 subscribers, which at the time was like, wow, I hit 1,000 subscribers. And now it's January 1st, 2021, and somehow I've passed 4,000, which, that is a small number, but to me it's so crazy that people actually keep watching my videos and they want to see more. I don't know, that makes my head hurt. Like, wow. But that does make me really happy, and I really do enjoy making videos, even though I make it for fun and for me to be able to look back on one day. Like, knowing that other people watch them and enjoy them also makes me really happy. And I know that really exciting things are coming in 2021, and I just hope that you all really enjoy what comes next and continue to watch. I'm really grateful that people still watch my videos and are still subscribing to my channel, and that you all really find my content really interesting and like you actually like it. So I'm really grateful for that, and I hope that you all continue to support my channel and enjoy all the content that I create in the new year. A lot of things are changing, and I'm really excited to get to that stage when I'm able to share that with you all, and I hope that you all stick around for that. I'm really excited for this new year. I feel like, I mean, everyone is going through a lot of changes. I've definitely had a lot of personal things that have happened in my life, good and bad. Some of it's been really hard to handle, especially being here in Korea and being far away from my family back at home and my friends in America. But I'm really grateful that I have such a great support system of friends here in Korea that I've been able to make. I'm just so grateful because I've said this before on my channel. When I knew that I was coming to Korea, I really didn't think that I would put myself out there and actually make a lot of friends. I just thought that I would be very homesick and close myself in a box and not really talk to anyone. And I'm proud of myself for being open and trying new things and trying to explore and have adventures. And I've been able to make such amazing friends that I can't see my life without these people, which is so crazy. And I'm just very grateful. I can't wait to see what 2021 has in store. I hope good things after this year that we all had. So I think that is it for my makeup, and I think that is it for everything that I wanted to talk about 2020. And for 2021, honestly and truly, my goals are really simple. I want to just be happy. I would like to be able to travel more if it's safe enough to travel within Korea and outside of Korea. And I just want to be able to post more videos and share more with you all. And I'm really excited for the changes that are coming in the new year, and I hope that you all are excited for that and that you stick around and see everything that I'll be up to in 2021. I'm so excited, and I just hope that everything is able to go the way that it's all panning out to play, and I'm really excited to show that to you all. So excited. I really hope that 2021 is an amazing year, not only for myself but for everyone, because I think that we all deserve it after the mess that was 2020. But that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Let me know how your 2020 was, the best and the worst, whatever you feel comfortable sharing, and what you hope to be able to accomplish in 2021. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Happy New Year, and I hope that you all stay safe and healthy. Thanks for watching. Bye!